Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am kind of doing a little 101 beginner's guide, a little breakdown, tips and tricks on how to cream contour. I feel like this is something that I do in all of my tutorials, and I know I explain what I'm doing, but I don't really get into the nitty gritty and get really in depth with each and every step and each and every movement. So that's kind of basically what I want to do with you today. If you're someone that is new to cream contouring, or you've seen me do it millions of times and you're like, I can't do that, or I want to try and do that, I don't know how. And especially I'm thinking of my sisters really when I'm creating this video, because they don't really know how to do it. Even though they watch me and I've explained and they see my tutorials, they're still a bit like, oh, but we need more. So this is kind of basically dedicated to my sisters who I really want to learn how to cream contour properly, and also for you guys that might just want to know how to do it as well. But don't forget, if you get it wrong the first time, even the second time, third, whatever, it's fine. Just keep practicing and just follow each and everything that I've said to a T. You should be able to get it, okay? I think I've been really clear. But yeah, if you like these kinds of videos, then make sure you give this video a thumbs up, because it would be really good for me to know. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You can subscribe there's like something in the corner of the screen. Just click it and subscribe if you're not already. But for now, I'll let you go and learn how to cream contour. Okay guys, foundation is on, and excuse any like raised bumps or anything you see. I can see one right here. It's because I've just been picking at my skin. Yeah, good job, Anchal. You've got swelling. Enough about that. We're just gonna jump straight in with each little step that I do to cream contours. So I'm gonna take my Hollywood Contour Wand by Charlotte Tilbury. It's probably one of my newest favorite cream contour products, just because it makes things so easy. If you are a beginner at cream contouring, then definitely check this out. Or even if you are advanced, I would say, like myself, this is also just going to speed up your process, I feel. I have this in the shade medium dark. This is what I do. So foundation base is on. I've left dark circles out because I like to cream contour before concealer and brightening, and I will explain that shortly. I basically want to just kind of give my face structure and depth. I like to go and cream contour from basically the top of the ear. A lot of times I see people contour and it's like down here, like where the mouth area is, not from the mouth but kind of in line with that, and I just think that is too low. The whole point of cream contouring, or contouring in general, is to give yourself cheekbones, and I feel like slightly higher cheekbones, they just look nicer. I personally don't think low cheekbones look great. You kind of want to give yourself that raised appearance so that it gives you that structure and you look a bit more snatched cheekbones and definition and all of that. I hope that makes sense. I like to use like the end of my ear here as a guide, and it's kind of like gonna go point in this direction like that. I don't want the contour to be like this. I kind of want it to point towards the end of my mouth, but it's not going that far. So let me just show you. So I'll just do 2 dots, or you can do a line. It doesn't matter. So I'll do the same on this side. And I really mainly want it on the outer perimeter of my face. Maybe I'll do a third, just a really light one. And then I'm gonna take it just on my temples. Now, if you have a larger forehead than me, then definitely go all the way around. But I have a tiny head. I just like to do it on the temples. And then I also like to take it down the sides of my nose a little bit. With the nose cream contouring, or any contouring, it is very much dependent on your face shape. I have an oval face shape, so I can pretty much get away with any type of contouring. But if you have a certain face shape, like, just kind of see what works for you. It really depends on where you need to bring things in and suck things in, because that is what contouring is. It's going to just bring those areas in. It's meant to make them appear smaller. It's that illusion. If you feel like you have a small head already and you don't want to make it smaller, then don't. You don't have to do that. If you feel like you have a wider jaw, then go ahead and take it along your jaw. I don't actually need it along my jaw. Maybe I do, because maybe I'm getting a double chin, but I don't always do it there because I don't feel like it's necessary. For the sake of this tutorial. I'll show you. So we're just gonna do a little bit along here, and then you can even just contour this bit. This is extra again, but these are just areas you can contour. Make yourself look a little more slim and snatched. Okay, so then I like to blend my cream contour out with a brush, and you've probably seen me use this in all my videos. It's the Morphe M436. It's a duo fiber brush. Excuse mine, that's dirty because I use it a lot. I always like to go in first over here, and what I like to do really lightly, I'm literally just using the tips of the brush. I'm taking it in tiny circular motions. Now mine's dried up a little bit because I've been talking so much. I'm taking it in circular motions and I'm going like that. So it's going up, not down, not circular motions down, it's going up because we want it to blend up. We don't want it to go below the line. So just do the same on this side. And you really want to make sure you get it into that hairline. See, now where mine has dried and it's starting to get a bit patchy there, I'm just going to use my foundation brush with whatever's left on there and just take it over it a little bit just to soften that bit out. And that's happened because mine's just dried up. So you can see there's nothing below the line. So then again, with the temples, I like to push the product back. And I'm using a bit more pressure now because it has dried up slightly. But I'm just using some pressure and using the brush on its side like so to brush the product back. I'm not doing this because that's just going to make it spread all in this area. And also I want to be mindful of my eyebrow. And then for the nose, I'm just going to take it lightly and I'm using a slightly lighter pressure. Now, when you want to use a lighter pressure with your brush, you want to hold the actual brush a bit further down the handle. Again, just using the tips now. So you can really feel when you're just using the tips of the brush and actually using this part of the brush. And I'm just taking it up and down really lightly. And the reason I'm doing it lightly is because I still want to see the lines there. I don't want to completely get rid of the contour. I just want to blend it out so that it's softer. And then for the jaw, again, I'm going to take it in circular motions. And this time, I want the blend to go underneath. I don't want to blend this up onto my face because that would just defeat the purpose of keeping this area clean underneath the cheek contour. So I'm making sure I blend it down because that's the bit that we're trying to define. I've actually taken mine way too high, but you can just use your foundation brush again. It's almost like an eraser, just to go over it to soften it. And then again, just on this side. And I'm having to use a bit more pressure again, just because it's dried down a little bit. And you can see I'm just blending it in circular motions. Small circular motions are literally the best way to blend because you're not dragging the product, you're just shifting it where you need to. Another reason why I'm being slightly softer in my pressure around here is because I'm blending over foundation that hasn't been set. So if I start going like that and using like loads of pressure in this area, I'm only going to move the foundation as well. It could go patchy and all of that. So I just want to kind of blend it softly so that it meshes in with the foundation instead of completely tearing the foundation apart and making it gappy. So I'm just really softly using circular motions again. By doing that, it's made my chin look a little bit more like, you know. So the advantages of cream contour is that it looks really light and natural on your skin once it's blended out. Because it's like kind of blended into your foundation instead of sitting on top like a powder would, it just looks so much softer, a bit more airbrushed. And you can totally leave it like this if you wanted to, set your makeup and your contour's kind of done. Especially if you like cream products and you like that whole creamy dewy look, then this is definitely the way to go. Or you could do what I do, which is use this as kind of like a guideline for where my bronzer's gonna go. I do that in all my videos. So now I'm gonna move on to concealer. And the reason I like to do my cream contour before my concealer is because when I blend out my concealer, it's gonna blend down, especially under my eyes. So I kind of want it to fade out into the dark bit rather than blend the dark contour into something light, if that makes sense. If I just show you, and let me get some concealer on. So concealer is on. and I'm going to blend it out again with a brush. You can use a beauty blender if you want to. Even with cream contour, you can use a beauty blender, and you can just use it kind of on its side. I personally don't like to use a beauty blender to blend out cream contour, just because I feel like I don't have as much control of, like, you know, how blended out it is, or how much product it's picking up, or where the actual product is going. But for concealer, I don't actually mind using a beauty blender, but I don't actually have a damp one to hand right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use my brushes as usual. And when I'm blending out the rest of my concealer, I'll always have my cream contour brush to hand, just to go like back and forth in between. Like if I've gone over the area that there was cream contour, I'll just, you know, work over it really lightly again. Now we're onto the eyes. I can show you what I meant. So I'm just gonna start blending this out by stippling, and I like to stipple because I'm gonna get the coverage. I'm not moving things around where I don't want them. As I'm patting it out, you can see, or hopefully you can see, that it kind of just stops here. If I did cream contour now and I worked the dark bit over, I feel like it could come too high. It's almost like if I do the concealer after, it's almost going to fade out into the darkness, and it's also going to neaten up that contour a little bit. It's not going to make it look so high, because right now it's like up to here. That's where the cream contour is on this side. So if I show you when it's blended, now, can you see? It's just here where I need it. Instead of being like thick stripes of contour, now it's just right here. You know? And finally, my last little trick is that I use my foundation brush with no extra product on it. Just pat over in between where the concealer has ended and it's starting to meet the cream contour. So literally, remember I said it was about here, I could see. So I'm just gonna pat in between. It still just keeps that contour nice and neat. And it just makes sure that there's a smooth transition and blend between concealer and contour. You want everything to look soft. Again, this is how you're going to get a bit more of like a natural appearance and natural contour, especially when you're using creams. This is the part where you can go ahead and set your makeup, do whatever you want to do, add your highlight, bronzer, whatever. That's exactly what I'm going to do, and then I'll be back with you. And before I leave you, if you are going to apply bronzer over your cream contour, another tip that I have for you is make sure you set that area just with a translucent powder or a colored face setting powder. Just set the area just slightly with some powder before you go in with bronzer. The reason being is because you don't want the brush to cling on to cream on your face, and it's gonna like pull the cream off your face, and that is how you're gonna get patchy makeup, gappy makeup. It could end up looking a whole mess. I mean, I've been there before. I've made the mistakes on your behalf. Okay guys, so I am back with the rest of my makeup on and done. If you wanna know, this is a Jackie Aina palette review video. It should be up. If it's not, then it will be up. So keep your eyes peeled. Subscribe. And there's also an IG video for the rest of this. I'll also leave products that I've used in the description box for you if you want to know. But aside from all of that, this is basically my makeup now fully on. I've done a bit of bronzer over the top. I've set my makeup. And yeah, this is how to cream contour. I really hope you found that useful. I'd love to know if you want to know some more like tips and tricks from me, and like if you want me to break down other parts of makeup and really show you how I do each step. Because I love helping you guys. I love educating you guys. And the whole reason I do my tutorials is so that you can do them. I don't just like to sit here and put makeup on myself to show you what I can do. I like doing it so that you can feel like you can do it also. Do you know? Yeah, I hope you learned something. If you did, then give this video a like so I know that you liked it and so I know that you want more. And also comment below, let me know what else you want to see. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button because, why not? Just join the fam and get me on Instagram if you're not already. But for now, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in my next video. Mwah. Bye.